Last we talk about the sporogony. So as the term is saying, last type of last part of the life cycle in Plasmodium is sporogony. So what exactly sporogony is sporogony, as the term is saying, something related with sporozoites. So here is the last stage where we started with, we are going to end up with the same thing. So here something related with sporozoites are going to be formed. So let's see how we get back to the same situation. So the oocyst that we have discussed, this is going to grow in size. It is going to grow in size. Initially it was smaller, now it is taking nourishment from the mosquito, right? And that nourishment can be drawn by means of the permeable cyst wall. So basically this cyst wall is permeable in its nature. Had it been it was not permeable, then drawing of nourishment would not be possible. Second step, the cyst wall is also going to increase as the size of the oocyst is increasing, right? So basically it is flexible enough to and it is you can say it can accommodate the parasites which are growing inside. Now there is cytoplasm here in the oocyst, and these cytoplasms, they develop large number of vacuoles, and there is a nucleus also. So the next step, what happens? The nucleus is going to divide, as we have studied previously also. The nucleus divides repeatedly, and when it's going to divide, it is going to lead into, or it is going to result into many daughter nuclei. The same process, those many daughter nuclei are going to be surrounded by the cytoplasm, and each daughter nuclei is going to get converted into another parasite which we call as the sporozoid. So it is the same that we had started with. It is the sporozoid which is sickle shaped and tapering at both the ends. In this case also there is going to be certain amount of cytoplasm which is going to be unused, right? So some cytoplasm of this oocyst is again left unused for the, so each and every if we say cytoplasm is not utilized for the production of the sporozoid. So if I talk about how many sporozoids are formed in a oocyst, so how many sporozoids are formed in a oocyst? So in one oocyst, so if you remember in the previous lecture, I just mentioned about how many oocysts are there in one mosquito wall pe, how many oocysts are there. So there were around 50 oocysts in the stomach wall of the mosquito, and how many sporozoids are going to be formed from there? They are around 10,000. So you can multiply 10,000 into 50 and you can imagine the amount of sporozoids that are going to be in the oocyst, right? Afterwards, this is the oocyst which has grown up in size. It has a cyst wall around it, and now it has those sporozoids also, and these sporozoids are going to be arranged around the vacuole. So when you see these ultrastructure of these sporozoids, you are exactly going to see these how the sporozoids are arranged within the oocyst. So these sporozoids, they are arranged around the vacuoles. So like that. The next stage after this, they are going to break up from the oocyst. So these sporozoids are going to break out from the oocyst. Now when these sporozoids are breaking down from the oocyst, where they are going to go? They are going to go into the hemocoel. Hemocoel is what? It is basically the body cavity of insects, right? And once it is in the hemocoel, so it is the body cavity. And one thing more, as previously mentioned, that it is on the outermost wall. So outermost wall of the stomach, and the next part after stomach comes the hemocoel only. So then these sporozoids are wandering in the hemocoel. From the body cavity, these sporozoids, because you can see their nature, that is motile, they have this lashing movement. So they are going to enter any organ. right? So any organ they can enter, but their preference is the salivary glands. So preference is the salivary glands, and from the salivary glands, when they are going to suck the blood of human, because we know mosquitoes, they have piercing and biting type of mouth parts, so they are going to pierce the skin of the human, and when they are piercing it, they have the habit of injecting saliva. And what is the role of injecting saliva? In the first lecture I told you that it helps to prevent clotting of blood, right? And when if they would not have thrown this saliva, the blood would have immediately clotted out, right? So now when they are ejecting out the saliva, at the same time when they are drawing the blood from the human being, this saliva which contains sporozoites are going to enter into the human being. So these sporozoites are and they've entered into the human being through the saliva. So if I just talk about a statistical data, how much amount of sporozoites are there in one single infected mosquito. So a single infected female which is infected has around in its salivary glands around 2 lakh sporozoites. So a single infected female has around how many sporozoites? 2 lakh sporozoites. So the female Anopheles doesn't throw all those 2 lakh sporozoites in one go. So in one bite, she's able to transfer around 1000 sporozoites into the human being. So now we can imagine the amount of damage that they are going to do to the liver cells. So again, the life cycle, we come back to the same where we started. So these sporozoites are going to be in the blood of human. Okay, it's going to be for half an hour there, and then finally it's going to enter into the liver cell. So now we can see here one sporozoite entering one liver cell, 1000 sporozoites entering 1000 liver cells, and then 1000 liver cells are going to be infected with those parasites. So sporogony is also known as the cycle of Ross. As we had studied, cycle of erythrocytic schizophrenia was also known as the cycle of Golgi. So same way we have the other name to sporogony, that is the cycle of Ross. Towards the end, I would just conclude by that the entire development of parasite inside the mosquito, it is inside the mosquito. So I think you can understand it starts once the male gametocytes have freed themselves from the corpuscle. So from there up to the stage where the sporozoites are released outside into the hemocoel, it is taking around 10 to 3 weeks. So the time it is taking, the entire development of parasites in the mosquito is 10 to 3 weeks. So again, it is dependent on the temperature.